Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudire. Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Rityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nahishtaki. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Being from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 9, Text 27. 27?
Yes. 28.
28.
Yes.
Prabhu read 26 yesterday.
26 and 27.
So you actually 27, 28 goes to
together, yeah.
So I will read 28. Kridasi Amoga Sankalpa Purnanavi Yatornute Tatha Tadvishayam Dehi Manisham Mayi Madhava Kridashi Amoga Sankalpa Purnanaviryatornute Tatha Tadvishayam Dehi Manisha Mayi Madhava Kridashi Amoga Sankalpa Purnanaviryatornute Tatha Tadvishayam Dehi Manisha Mayi Madhava
Kridasya Moga Sankalpa Purnanaviryatamute Tatad Visayam Dehi Manisham Mayi Madhava
Kridasya Moga Sankalpa Purnanavi Yatornute Tatad Visayam Dehi Manisham Mayi Madhava Kridasya Moga Sankalpa Visayam Dehi Manisham Mayi Madhava Kridasya Moga Sankalpa Purnanaviryatornute Tatha Visayam Dehi Manisham Mayi Madhava Kridasya Moga Sankalpa
Purnanaviryatornute
Tatad Visayam Dehi Manisham Mayi Madhava.
So reading from 28. Translation by Srimad Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Prabhupada.
O Master of all energies, please tell me philosophically all about them. You play like a spider that covers itself by its own energy, and your determination is infallible. Just repeat. O Master of all energies,
O Master of all energies,
please tell me philosophically
Please tell me
all about them.
all about
You play like a spider
Please
that covers itself
cover itself
by its own energy,
by its own energy.
and your determination
and your determination
is infallible.
is infallible.
Purport by Srila Prabhupada. By the inconceivable energy of the Lord, every creative element has its own potencies, known as the potency of the element, potency of the knowledge, potency of different actions and reactions. By a combination of such potential energies of the Lord, there is a manifestation of creation, maintenance and annihilation in due course of time, and by different agents like Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara. Brahma creates, Vishnu maintains, and Lord Shiva destroys. But all such agents and creative energies are emanations from the Lord, and are, as such, there is nothing except the Lord, or the one supreme source of different Devastis. The exact example is the spider and the spider's web. The web is created by the spider and is maintained by the spider, and soon as the spider likes, the whole thing is bound up within the spider. Spider is covered within the web. If the insignificant spider is so powerful as to act according to its will, why can't the Supreme Being act by His supreme will in the creation, maintenance and destruction of the cosmic manifestations? By the grace of the Lord, a devotee like Brahma or one in his chain of disciple succession can understand the Almighty Personality of Godhead eternally engaged in His transcendental pastimes in the region of different energies. Om Tat Sat. Jnanatimmirandasya Jnanjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamakyam Kadati Swapadantikam Mukam Karoti Vacharam Pangum Langayate Grim Kripatamaham Mande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramanandamadavam Shri Chaitanya Mishwaram Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarane Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadra Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Tat Sat. Krida Sriyamo Sankalpa Purnanabhiryato Dhute Tatha Tat Vishayam Dehi Manisham Mahimadava. This verse is actually coupled with the previous verse, repeating the previous verse. Yathatma Maya Yogena Nana Shakti Upabrahmitam Vilampan Visrajan Grahana Vibrat Atmanam Atmana. So here we see Lord Brahma is asking, or rather glorifying Lord Krishna. After Lord Krishna appears in front of Lord Brahma has tried to figure out where is he. So as we discussed, he has gone up many times, and he's tried to find out his whereabouts. And he hears two words, tapaha, and then he starts his penances. He understands by the inspiration of Krishna that he has to do penances. And he does not reason why, but he listens and he executes penances. And that pleases the Supreme Lord very much. So much so that he appears in front of him in his original beautiful form, and he shows the entire spiritual world. Doesn't have to show. It's not what Brahma asked for also. But Brahma was willingly wanting to be subservient to Krishna. He was completely surrendered to him. And he did not have anything to ask. In that situation, Krishna is very pleased and he wants to give him all the best that he can offer. So he himself says in the previous verses that, "Oh my dear Lord Brahma, you can ask for any benediction. But the best benediction, in my opinion, is to be able to see me face to face." So that Krishna offers to Brahma. And it shows in the spiritual world. And Brahma is asking about the material world. And he knows this material world is nothing else but an extension of Krishna's own creation, or the primary creation. He knows very well that the primary creator, Sarga, Visarga. Sarga means primary creation, Visarga means secondary creation. So he knows the primary creator of the entire universe. He is the Supreme Lord himself. And he is just a secondary creator who is going to describe what is going to be next. So, acknowledging him that you are the primary creator of this entire universe. And this whole thing has come from you. He is giving an analogy here, very beautiful analogy. What is it? Analogy. Example of the spider. The spider chooses a very wonderful place, a suitable place for building its nest. And it brings out its entire nest from its own body. From its mouth it brings out its entire nest. And very beautifully it designs its whole house. And it remains there for some time, as long as it facilitates its living. And when it is done, it just winds up everything back to its belly. So this Purna Nabi is being cited in many places. In fact, this also comes in the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, Jiva Goswami is citing that in his Krama Sandarbha. So he also says here, Yatha Urnanabi Hridayat Urnam Santatya Bhaktritaha Thaya Vikritya Bhuyas Tam Grishati Evam Maheshwaraha. Just as from within himself, the spider expands thread through his mouth, plays with it for some time, and eventually swallows it. Similarly, the Supreme Lord produces the universe and then withdraws it. So nothing comes outside Krishna. So people have different theories. So the astrophysicists, they have different theories of the creation and origin of the universe. So we all know this popular Big Bang theory. It all starts from a single point and becomes an expanse of the universe. And some say that is some role of some God, intelligent design. So he creates the entire universe. And then he just sets the clockwork and he just watches. He doesn't really interfere. Everything happens by its own interactions. That's actually the Bhagavad Gita also Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says in the 16th chapter, Asatyam aprittishtante jagatahur anishwaram paraspara sambhutam kim anyet kama haitukam. The demoniac people, the demoniac mentality, what do they say? This whole world is without any master, Anishwaram. And how does it all happen? It happens by chance. Apasparam sambhutam kim anyet kama haitukam. Happens by desire. One desires to do certain things, and by chance it has some reactions, and it has some other reactions, and the chain reaction leads to a certain way in which this whole world progresses, the creation progresses. So it all happened by chance that everything, the building came in place, the temple came in place. It doesn't happen by chance. But that is the demoniac mentality. So, philosophers and astrophysicists, they have different theories. So one of the theories is steady state theory. The steady state theory, so there is some intelligent design that goes into making this universe. And after the steady state is reached, then he does not interfere. Just happens to happen to different things. But here, the whole such philosophy is actually completely dismantled, is destroyed here. So Lord Brahma knows he is not into any such speculations. He is very clear about who is the creator, who is the maintainer, who is the destroyer. He is very clear. The previous verse is saying that Vilumpan Visajan Grhanan Vibrat Atmanam Atman. Vibrat means maintenance. So Vilumpan and Visajan means creation and destruction. So it's very clear who is the creator, who is the destroyer. He knows he is a part of the creation, but he does not say, I am the creator. He says, Krishna, you are the creator. He gives credit to Krishna. But Krishna gives the credit back to his devotees. So for us, because they think they are instruments. Nimitta matram bhavasavya sachi. So he says to Arjuna, Arjuna, you should just become an instrument. If you become an instrument, then you don't become entangled with this reaction. Just go ahead and do your duty. Complete surrender to me as per my instructions. Then you don't get any sinful reactions for whatsoever it is. Just completely be surrendered to me. So nimitta matram bhavasavya sachi is the key takeaway from Bhagavad Gita. So one should try to become instruments in the hands of Krishna. One should not try to become creators. One should not try to become maintainers or destroyers. So we should become instruments. The instrument has to sometimes create, has to sometimes maintain, and sometimes destroy. So that's what Brahma is saying. I am an instrument in your hands, Krishna. If you want me to create, I will create. If you want me to maintain, I will maintain. So it's the same mood in which Lord Shiva is also there. So he also thinks, I am not a destroyer, I am just an instrument in your hands. If you want, just make me dance. Or dance. So that's very beautifully Krishna, Lord Shiva also describes that I'm actually a completely an instrument in your hands. So why does Krishna have to create? That question comes in. So why does a spider have to create? The spider creates for its own self-sustenance. Krishna does not have to create for his own sustenance. But he creates for what purpose? I want to ask you. What do you think is the purpose for which Krishna creates this material world?
It's for us.
Yeah, for us means, can you elaborate?
We have a desire to try to be, to act on. We have qualitatively the same as Krishna, so we have that means qualitatively we have a small desire for Ishwara, enjoyer. We want to, so he gives us a chance. Here, go ahead. Here's this energy I have over here. Go, it's a playground. Let's see what you can do. That's one way to look at it. You can also look at it like, okay, you want to be a bad boy? You go over the prison house. It looks nice, but I'll show you the real side.
Thank you, Prabhu. This one. You have something to say?
Oh no, it's what he said.
Yeah, so that's very right. So Krishna creates this whole material world just for the sake of the living entities. So he says that in the Bhagavatam also. Bhagavatam, Yanmaya cheshtitam pumsaha stiti utpatti apyayahi anugrahastan nivritter atmalabhaya cheshtate. So Krishna says, I have no benefit in doing this. Atmalabhaya, I have no benefit. But who is real benefit? Supreme Personality Godhead acts through his material energy, the creation, maintenance and annihilation of his cosmic manifestation, just to deliver the living entity by his compassion, stop the living entity's birth, death, etc. So that is the beauty of the creation. Why Krishna has to create? Why he has to take so much effort? He doesn't have to maintain like a spider. A spider takes so much effort because he has to feed himself. The insects have to fall into the trap and then he has to go and feed on it. But Krishna does not have any necessity. So whatever any spirit souls who wants to be the enjoyers and the controllers, let it, we can just put them in a dormant state. So all these living entities who are not in the spiritual world, they all go into the body of Mahavishnu. And then they remain in the dormant state. He can as well do that. But he doesn't do that. He is merciful. He creates this material world. He puts so much thought into it. And then he creates an entire material world just so that all the living entities can take advantage of it. So in the course of trying to lord over, they should understand. They're definitely going to get frustrated, going to get defeated by their efforts. And they should understand from that defeat, understand from that frustration, that this is not the place for them to lord over. Every place belongs to Krishna. Everything belongs to Krishna. He is the real master. He is the real enjoyer. And then with that mood of surrender, if they can bring their hands together and then in surrender, and then surrender to Him, to His purpose, and then become an instrument and become a servant of Him, then there is a remediation. There is a way of remedy for the spirit soul. So that's the only purpose for which Krishna is making the whole creation. So the Sri Vaishnava philosophy also it is said, so when does Krishna come here in the material world and does the creation? So he is there in the spiritual world. He is taking service from all his great devotees, Nitya Suris. So like Vishwakshena, there is so many different, Mother Laxmi, so many people, they are all actually worshipping Krishna. They are doing the arati to Krishna. And when the arati is there, they are focused on the arati. So in between that arati, in a minute, in the slightest minute, so it is said Krishna comes to this material world, he does the creation, and then he takes all the incarnations, and then he comes back before that arati is complete. They could not even see that he is not there. So that is he doesn't want to disturb their plan. At the same time, he goes and does all the creation and comes back. So that is the beauty. So Krishna is so much concerned about other living entities, about his parts and parcels. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita also that all the living entities, they are my amsha. And they are trying their best to exploit his material nature, but they are going to get frustrated. So he knows very well that living entities are not happy. That is the reason he primarily incarnates into this material world. And he shows different pastimes. He shows his heroic activities. He kills great demons who otherwise threaten the entire universe, so that he can attract the living entities and then bring their attention to him. Show him that I am there. So all you need to do is think about me. Just read my pastimes. Think about me. Worship me. Offer your services to me. In that way you will come back to me. Yat karoshi, yat ashnashi, yat juvoshi, yat adashi, yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushva madarpanam. So that is the easiest process. So Krishna is there. He is coming in his incarnations. And he also sends his great devotees time and again to remind us about Supreme Lord, about our relationship with Him, about His greatness, and how we can connect back with Him, our lost relationship, how we can revive lost relationship. So he is doing all that for the purpose of taking back the spirit souls. So Prabhupada also writes very beautifully in his purport. He says, I would like to read the purport. One should not depreciate the Supreme Lord for the creation of this miserable world. Just as one should not blame the king for creating a prison house in the government. The prison house is a necessary institution of the governmental establishment for those who are disobedient to the laws of the government. Similarly, this material world is full of miseries. This temporary creation of Lord for those who have forgotten Him and are trying to lord it over in false manifestation. He, however, is always anxious to get the fallen souls back home, back to God. And for this, He has given so many chances to His conditioned souls. Through the authoritative scriptures, His representatives, His personal incarnations, since He has no direct attachment to this material world, He is not to be blamed for this creation. So, this is there in the second canto, 7th chapter, 50th shloka, 5th text. So, the purpose of this creation, Krishna cannot be blamed for this creation. The people usually take an easy route. Anything that happens to him, they want to blame Krishna for it. Oh, God put us in this situation. God is the cause of all this misery. So why he doesn't have to do this to me? Why not to do some other person? Why me? So we all want to have a reason to blame God. So if we can directly blame somebody, if we can point to a person to blame, they're happy to blame. But if we cannot find a person to blame, then they blame God. That is the logical thing that they do. Everybody does that. So why does Krishna do this to me? At least I have done that also many times. So we have to understand this very clearly. That Krishna is always our benefactor. He always is a well-wisher. He does not think anything bad for us. So that is why we are advised to think, whatever bad happens to us, we should understand Krishna has reduced it so much. We actually deserve a lot more of an suffering we need. But Krishna has reduced it and minimized it so much. And when there's good things happening, we should definitely think, oh, Krishna is so merciful, I don't even deserve this. But somehow Krishna is giving this. So that should be the attitude of a devotee. We should cultivate that attitude. So we always like to, in the material world, everybody likes to take credit for good things that happens. They want to put the blame on somebody for all bad things that happens. But the spiritual attitude of a devotee is quite opposite to that. So anything good, it is Krishna. Anything bad, it is because of him. That should be the attitude with which we should do devotional service. Very beautiful Krishna experience. So here, Brahma says Kridasi. So Kridasi means you play. This whole thing is a game for you. Like a spider, you just create, you destroy. It's all unto your will. So you are the previous verse also, it says, you are Amoga Sankalpa. Amoga means one who is infallible in his determination. If he determines something that I will do it, he will do it. Nobody can change his determination. You have something coming from it?
No.
So, Krishna, when he decides to do something, just like an elephant. So, elephant decides to do something, nobody can stop it. So, it has got all the power to do it. So, like that, Krishna, when he decides something, he does it. Nobody can stop it. So, just like in the Gajendra Moksha also. So, Krishna decided that he has to go there at the appropriate time. When Gajendra is fighting with the crocodile, so it's become 1,000 years and Krishna was waiting. When Gajendra, as soon as he called for him, he immediately wanted to go. And his decision that he has to go immediately. But none of them were ready, the Vaikuntha. The Lord was there, and Lord decided to go, but his whole paraphernalia is not ready. So Garuda is not ready, and nobody, and all the queens of his queens have to come and decorate him, put all the ornaments on him, but he doesn't have time for all that. He decided to go. So all the queens come to dress him, he just throws them away. And the Garuda is not getting ready, so he in fact takes Garuda on him and he goes. So this is there, the Sri Vaishnava in the descriptions, that Garuda is not fast enough to go to reach Gajendra. So he's going to take time because his speed is limited. So Krishna takes Garuda on him and then he goes. Because his desire is so much that his devotee has called for him and he has to go and attend to him immediately. He has to be in front of him immediately. It doesn't matter whether Garuda is ready or all the Laxmis are able to decorate him or not, it doesn't matter. So he immediately has to go, means he has to go. So that is determination. When he determines to do something, nobody can change it. So that's why it's called Amoga Sankalpa. His determination is infallible and cannot be stopped. And in the previous verse, in the 2 verses previously, so Brahma was asking to describe his spiritual form. He was situated in every living entity, had a supreme director. And then he's asking, In spite of that, my Lord, I am praying to you, kindly fulfill my desire. May I please be informed how, in spite of a transcendental form, you assume a mundane form. So here Lord Brahma is acknowledging that Krishna's form is transcendental and his form is spiritual. It has absolutely no defect. Sarva Guna Sampanna. He has absolutely no defect. All qualities in perfection. He has all qualities in absolute quantity. You cannot find a mistake in him. That is his transcendental form. So Krishna is a spiritual form, but he wants to also know how does he transform into this material form? How does the whole universe come in place? How is this whole creation happening? So why he does that? It's like a spider. He creates and he destroys. So he wants to understand all that in detail. So he wants to show that he's not like any one of us. Because we don't have a transcendental form. Our body is made up of material elements. So that's why it undergoes this creation, maintenance and destruction. Whereas spiritual form of Krishna does not have to undergo any of that. So that is to be understood. And Prabhupada also describes here very beautifully that all the three, creation, maintenance and destruction, although it is superficially done by the different guna avatars, namely Brahma and Shiva, but actually it is Krishna who is actually doing everything. So that Krishna again confirms in the next 3 shlokas after this. He says that I am the only one who is always there. Brahma, it is I, the personality of God, who was existing before creation, and there was nothing but myself. Nor was there the material nature, the cause of creation. That which you see now is also I, personality of God, and after the annihilation, what remains will be I. So the Supreme Lord is the one who is Avyaya. It's called as Avyaya because he does not change. There is no change whatsoever. He is same in the past, he is same in the present, he is same in the future. So it does not change. There is a word called Avyaya in Sanskrit grammar. So there are many words which cannot undergo any change with tense or with gender or with any other forms of declination. So it does not get declined at all. So such words are called Avyaya. So Krishna is also called as Avyaya. In Bhagavad Gita also it comes that he is called Avyaya. He does not undergo any change. So that's the sum and substance. So Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur, he has to say this from this verse. Atma Maya Yogena means by your external energy and by your Yoga Maya. So Krishna has 2 Maya. One is the Atma Maya, or his own eternal energy. Another is external energy of Krishna. So external energy, he lets it act and lets it do the creation. But the internal energy, he has a whole spiritual creation. That's all maintained by his internal energy, spiritual world and everything. That is again brought forth in this last 3 verses by Lord Brahma. And actually Lord Krishna answers this in the further verses. That he answers about his spiritual form and how it is different from his material form. So I'd like to stop here for any questions or comments.
I just one quick comment that when you were saying how when something doesn't go your way, you blame Krishna, you blame God, Krishna. I've had the experience, in many different attempts to make money, sales, retail, and so on, wholesale. And I'll find myself sometimes when you're on a sort of a losing streak. You see the people to the right and the left, they're all meat eaters, they're all drinking, they're all doing all these nonsense things. And people are going in, buying their product, and going out. And I'm trying to, toe the line and try to raise the funds for Laxmi, for my family, but also for helping in some way with this profit movement. And it's not happening. I'm thinking, why Krishna? What is it? You're supplying for the meat eaters, and here's I'm trying to be your devotee, and that I find I regularly would have that problem, And I mean, I probably, if I was to go out and be in a situation again, and I had a gallery or something, I would probably find myself after about a week of that, I'd be doing the same thing over and over again. It's really difficult to see Krishna's mercy. Only sometimes when you sit and when there's some time and you can step back and look at, well, I see if I had had more money at that point, this could have led to that, and that would have been not so good. Instead, because of not having success, I became more surrendered. I think my prayers became more intense. So it's not easy always. The process is simple, but it's not easy. And as coming from the 60s, everybody thought we were going to just kind of go with the flow once you became connected to the right source, the yoga, But sometimes it's like you're swimming upstream against the current. But those things, those obstacles are what, bring you closer. And it's, not an easy thing to always remember that or see it. That's something I was thinking about that. When you said it, I was remembering how much I used to just think, you're giving the money to the mediators. They don't have any indigestion. I got indigestion. I'm eating prasad. What's the problem? These things happen, and but by hearing constantly and going through it, being patient and tolerant, to understand that this is the mercy. Sometimes they accuse God of being an absentee landlord. An absentee landlord, which means, like in the Atlanta Temple, the first Atlanta Temple, we had a situation. We didn't know that a landlord was living right next door to us. We just sent our rent to a post office box. Now this person was really envious, and he knew the problems that we were having with his building. He knew it. He could see how we were struggling. And we were constantly calling and leaving messages. We would never do anything to help. And in the end, because we made some attempts to fix the building on our own so that we could take care of the deities better, when we left, he then sued us. So, and anyway, an absentee landlord, he makes something, then he just walks away, and he doesn't care. It's all on you now. But that's not the way Krishna is. He's very present. He's very caring. And whatever is happening is for our own good. I know as soon as I walk out the door, something's going to happen. I'm going to be But, it was a nice point that you were making. And the other thing is, it's like the spider. When I was out reading meters, and there's a certain time of the year, in early autumn, and they make these elaborate, beautiful webs. It's amazing. And if you're coming at it, you can see it. But if it's on the side, you don't see it. And then you just come walking along, and it's all over you. You just wiped out, I don't know how many hours of work for this poor spider. Just destroyed it, and you constantly feel like it's on you. So, being a spider is not so much fun either. But their creations are amazing. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, I'm rambling now, so just you inspired some thoughts.
Very nice point, Prabhu. So yeah, that is the part and parcel of being a devotee. So Krishna sometimes rewards, sometimes he takes over, sometimes he puts us into difficulty. So he doesn't have to do it. Only if we are surrendered fully to him. So Krishna says he will take care, protect what we have, and he says, I will give what you need. Ananyas chintyantaman jana parivipasate tesham nityapyuktana yoga kshemam mahamyaha. Krishna says, I protect what you have and I give what you need. But the need is not based on what we ask for. The need is what Krishna thinks what he needs to give us. So he does what we need definitely gives what we need. And that faith we should always have. So if you see Krishna's pastimes, in his own pastimes, so Mother Devaki, she can ask Krishna, why you have to say that the 8th son have to come and kill Kamsa? Why can't you come as my first son and kill Kamsa? So I have to go through these 8 pregnancies and I have to see my child being killed right in front of me. She can argue with Krishna like that. She does not do that. So same with the Pandavas. So they can say, why you have to do all this at the end of Mahabharata war? Why can't we do the Mahabharata war, prepone it, advance it? So instead I don't have to stay in the jungle for 14 years. So like that, so Krishna has his own plans and devotee has to sync with his plans. So it is all for our benefit, it is all for our purification. And we do it with a mood of surrender, without any qualms. That is the best approach towards devotional service. Rightly pointed out.
He actually glorifies the devotees by that. But, somebody like Talavana, he's glorious because of Lord Jesus Christ, the Haridasa core. They were put through that. Of course, they were on a transcendental platform. As far as my understanding, they weren't experiencing the pain that we would be experiencing. But, like they said at Prabhupada, one Ayurvedic doctor came, and there was it was just skin on the nerves and the bone. There was no fatty tissue in between. That fatty tissue is like a cushion. So just the fact that the thin layer of skin is lying on the nerves, the doctor said any other person would be screaming in agony. And Prabhu was lying there and asked him, are you all right? Do you have a nice place to stay? How's the shopping? I don't know. It's like, but that's what's glorious about it. So, and then Prabhupada also said at that time, said, do not think this will not happen to you. Just because we're devotees doesn't mean that it's just going to be capable. There's no first class or third class way to die. Death is death.
That's very true. So that is the teaching of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. Vairagya Vidya Nijabhakti Yoga. So sufferings and renowned renunciation is part and parcel of Krishna Bhakti. So we take it as a mercy of Krishna. We take it as a mercy and we try to accept it and try to still be grateful to him for whatever it is. There is Srimad Bhagavatam, I forget who it was, or I think the Chaitanya, the leper, Vasudeva. Yeah.
Picking up the worm.
The worm falls out and he takes the worm and puts it back in. So the worm is eating him alive.
But I also think, right now, my own personal experience with my godmother, he did enough. He could have gone. He could have left them. Everything. He's on his way. But he stayed. Went through all that. And still gone through it. Anyone else gone through that? Just the fact that, and I hope I haven't misunderstood, but, he was physically, as far as I can see, and as a man, most women would consider him an Adonis. He was beautiful. He was gorgeous. And then in this last part of his life, his face is, because of the stroke, and yet, speaking, but he's not thinking like this. And I think it's glorious. I don't see that. But the suffering that he has to go through, the inconvenience, and why did he do it? He was doing it for his disciples. And for the rest of us. He's doing it for me.
He wants to fulfill the instructions given to him.
He's already done it. He's already fulfilled them.
POVP.
He doesn't feel like.
I know he
he
doesn't.
has-
I know he doesn't,
feel like he's finished.
But but that's why I said I don't want to be misunderstood. He's already achieved so much, but yet he feels he has to achieve more, and and all glory is to him for that. So that's a rare soul, a very rare soul. I don't know that. Anyway, that's just one example like that. The Karidas Thakur, he's being beaten, and he was concerned about the people beating him. So he went into trance. So then everything was okay, but they still ended up getting an immediate reaction of cholera and died. But they throw him in the ocean, or the river, the Ganges, and he just comes to and walks out and starts chanting in the street. And the king and everyone is like, they immediately, surrendered.
Somehow that did not become as popular as Jesus Christ. I always think Haridas Thakur is.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah. Well, he will be. Yeah. But that also they've made a whole other thing around Jesus Christ. But yeah.
Of course, Jesus Christ is a Vaishnava.
Yeah,
You
sure.
have great regards for him, but this is no less than that.
Well, you can say like Thakur. People say, well, Krishna is supposed to be all famous, but there's so many people. If I ask who's Krishna, they don't know. Okay, but if you ask them who's Donald Trump, they know Donald Trump. These things are very relative. You take the whole universe.
And I'm saying even in India, I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about this story about Haridas Thakur.
They don't know so much.
They don't know so much.
They will though.
They're not really understanding this is as big as an event as much as Jesus Christ's crucifixion. This is a comparatively and equally great and admirable event.
Isn't there a similar pastime that happened, just like Haridas Thakur was beaten, and he tolerated it and everything, but then later he saw the marks on Lord Chaitanya's back.
Yeah.
And isn't there a similar story with Jesus that he I thought there was a pastime like that with the I've been carrying you all this time or something with the footsteps kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
Steps in the sand, you're talking
Yeah.
about, that I follow.
Yeah, I don't know that.
I mean, I feel like he's the same type of person as Jesus was.
Oh yeah. Sure. Prabhupada compares it in the purports there, and when you read about Haridas Thakur, he always compares Haridas, Prahlad, and Jesus, children, and then sometimes Vasudeva. That people don't, not so many devotees. That's very rare. Where he said, "I will take the karma for everyone in the universe, and let me suffer for all of them, and they can all go back to Godhead." And that happened, but then it immediately fills up again.
That's like Vasudeva Das.
Yeah, Vasudeva Das.
I'm wondering if Lord Jesus Christ was actually one of those personalities, and you know how we always say, Murari Gupta was actually Hanuman,
Yeah.
the same soul. I'm wondering if there's any evidence or anything out there that says who was Jesus Christ, like who is his soul.
If it's any, they're not going to
Krishna's
tell.
pastimes, maybe.
Right.
There was someone.
If it's any, they're not going to tell anyone because they know that you will bring that up, and then it'll be a big war. If they know who it was, they're not going to tell us.
Nobody wants to be disturbed from their status quo.
Right.
Yeah, it wouldn't be revealed to those people anyway. It would be
No.
revealed to the devotees.
Yeah, the devotees will tell them, hey, look, we have evidence. This is it, and that's it. That starts the war,
Yeah, we should ask Kavi Karnapur. He had the Gaura Ganadesha.
Yeah.
So, it's nice, very nice discussion.
I have a question, if you can. It's not so related to this, but if you can look up for me, Prahlad Maharaj, and of course all his ancestors, they're all like Vishnu Bhaktas, very strong. But at one point, someone kind of polluted Prahlad Maharaj's mind, that why are you worshipping this Vishnu who is a enemy of your family? He killed Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakasipu, all this is your family. So he got disturbed and he started to go after Vishnu for a minute because of the curse of the four Kumaras, I think. Do you understanding this story? Four Kumaras went to visit him at one time and the people did not let him. He was in meditation of Vishnu, and then they discussed him for a minute, you are going to forget. And then he went down to look for Lord Vishnu to fight with him. Do you remember any of these? Can you look it up in the Puranas or somewhere?
So you're saying that Prahlad Maharaj forgot?
For a minute he got upset with Vishnu and went after him.
Until this is looked up in terms.